Are you a tattoo artist who's stuck in a rut? Do you want to level up your game and you don't know how? If you watch today's episode, we're going to tell you how you can break out of a rut and level up your game.
Welcome back to episode 3, No Filter Tattoo Podcast. I might miss that intro. We're back with Art Ninja Theo, Spike Loyal Tattoo, Tez, aka Cosmic Cap. And we have a new guest today. She is the queen of what?
Flowers, my dear.
All right.
Flowers.
Of where?
Here in ATL.
Okay. All right. So this is if you didn't know, this is Emily Wynne, aka Winning Tattoos, one of the artists here at Golden Anchor Tattoo.
Win.
And it's a cool episode because she's our first guest on this podcast. And when we bring guests on, we want to kind of introduce the guests, kind of give you guys a little backstory of their style, how long they've been tattooing, just so you kind of get to know that artist on a more personal level, right? Before we just kind of get into the whole nitty gritty of the episode. So Emily, tell us how long you've been tattooing for, right?
Been tattooing for about 4 to 5 years now.
Okay. What's like, if you can describe what's some of your favorite things you like to tattoo, right?
Obviously flowers. I do.
What style you would say?
I have a mix, more illustrative, a little bit of watercolor.
Okay. Versatile.
Yep.
Little fine lines here and there.
Okay, cool. And would you say like you also like to do other things? Like I know you do a lot of stuff with like the feminine figure and stuff like that as well, and skeletons.
Yep. Anything spooky. I love anatomy. Anything that has to do with the female figure, the curvier the better.
You definitely like spooky. She scared me with the rat in her room.
Yeah, I like spooky shit.
Yeah. Okay. So, at what point did you know you wanted to be a tattoo artist in your life?
I went to a car show with my dad and saw a blue-haired lady that had a bunch of tattoos, and I was like, I don't want to be her, but damn, she looks cool.
The opposite of Ariel.
Yeah, I was like,
She's
that's
like, I'm redhead,
wild.
you blue hair,
And
what's
from
up?
then on, I was like, tattoos, man, that's it. And anytime we'd go to a restaurant, Kroger, got my coins, went to the little vending machine up at the front where you get the little, stick-on tattoos and hit the ground running.
How old were you when you first started drawing?
I'm pretty sure, I don't know how my mom did it, but I had to have had a crayon or a pencil in utero, because it was like from the get-go, I was drawing on the walls. Yeah. And
like you just got a bunch of drawings on your walls right now in your booth? Man, ain't that
very
hilarious?
It's very similar.
You still got paint. You still got drawings on your mom's walls out of painting.
Yeah, just recently we did a bunch of renovating, and now I'm finally able to put up all of the paintings that have been.
So the habit just never left, huh?
Never.
So do you paint a lot?
Yes,
Like,
I
when
paint.
you say a lot, give us a number.
I would say I paint about 3 to 5 paintings in a week, but I rotate through them. So if I'm using a specific color, so then I'm not having to put out an entire spread of red, blue, green, all of that. I just stick to one hue and then rotate through. So then that way I'm not necessarily pouring out too much ink.
Okay, that's a new method. Okay. So you like to paint. Is there anything else that you're passionate about in your life outside of tattooing and painting?
I mean, I knit and I crochet a bit. I made you a blanket. Yeah. I'm working on some scarves and whatnot for the coworkers.
Seven already got his.
I mean,
jealous.
He was a guest spot person.
I'm a guest.
You get somewhere, right?
Bryson said he's not important.
I know, right?
I mean, it's Christmas. Damn, I can't wrap it up for you and let you be special.
Yeah, he the only one in the jolly spirit with this on.
Oh, okay.
I
see
you. So let me ask you a new question then. If you weren't a tattoo artist, what would you be?
I already know what I'd be.
Ooh, I don't want to play the card, but I might be a deadbeat where I would get pregnant by somebody. And then just
that was
onto that shit.
I
don't know if that's like
No, it's not a career, but I mean, honestly, like
you could have said massage therapy.
But then that way I can legitimately be like, I gotta be home painting. I'm sorry with the kid. No, I'm just kidding. I would probably. I don't want to be.
Graphic
I would
designer.
Never be a teacher, cause fuck them kids.
Dang.
Pretty much. Hey, sure.
Honestly, it would have to be something super niche and specific. Like, I don't even want to say it, but like maybe a coroner or like funeral home director or some shit.
Oh, people die every day?
Yeah, because like I like to be useful, and as a lot of my clients know, I like to kind of have my heart, open for them, and it can be really raw and emotional at times.
Yeah, make them beautiful after they die.
Exactly. Give you a nice, loving memory where you see them the last time, and it's like, damn, she looks good.
Mm-hmm. But she did.
I can see that. All right, that's cool. So, if you could tattoo one thing for like the rest of your tattoo career or every day, right? What would it be?
Flowers.
Flowers. Okay.
Flowers.
All right. You got a favorite flower?
Well, I don't want to say it's my mom's favorite flower, but I've slowly grown to love it over time. It's the peony.
I mean, I like that.
There's been plenty of times I didn't know what a flower was that I was drawing. I just showed it to Emily. Emily, what's this flower?
3 flowers.
Mm-hmm. That's actually how I scored a client. He was like, I don't know what this flower is. And I was like,
I can definitely give you a strong 27 flowers.
27?
Yeah.
Hey, I had to do some research.
That's more than me.
I got books on them. Like, whole books.
Like 5.
See, yeah, I'm about that. And honestly, like, I just know how flowers look in tattoo form. Like, half of them, if I saw them in real life, I wouldn't even like, oh, that's what that flower actually looks like.
Nope. I make sure I get it all the way down to almost like the flowers and anatomical level. Because I'm like, well, somebody else may not realize it or notice it, but somebody who has the eye or that has that common imagery, they're going to say, I think I know what that flower is, and then that's going to be able to have some other emotion that comes from it, because most of the time people, when they see a tattoo that they recognize, like, oh, I know what that is, it gives you a little bit more common ground to maybe start a conversation other than, nice tat, because how many times do we get that?
A lot. What would be your least favorite flower to tattoo?
I don't want to say orchids. Those just...
I was thinking that in my head.
They look like
they
vaginas.
They look weird.
And
not alien flowers.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's really hard when it comes to tattooing them unless it's either the most realistic version of it or the straight-on headshot of it. Because at an angle, it looks like some sort of alien being.
Like Predator.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'll say that.
From the side view.
Yeah.
Yeah, do I got any? I know I got some flowers I don't like tattooing.
You don't like trees?
Yeah, I don't like trees.
I guess so. The trees.
Yeah, I definitely don't like
it ain't flowers, but they go hand in hand. Photosynthesis.
I'm not the biggest fan of doing honeysuckles just because they're such delicate little flowers.
That's a Mississippi thing for me.
I see, man. Okay, so I like that. We got to know you a little bit on a more personal level. So why we brought you on the show today?
Not this shit. No filter, boy. My man said, "Hey, man, we keep it real."
Right. But I felt like it was actually great timing because you, Tez, and Bryson just came from a seminar
in Frisco, Texas.
And today's episode is themed about seminars, right? That's the tagline, right? Why we how you can get out of that rut, how you can level up your career. A lot of tattoo artists just don't take advantage of tattoo seminars. A lot of artists will put on these seminars, and you don't see a lot of artists just go. Honestly, and why is that? I don't know. We'll kind of get more into that, but let's talk about you guys' experience this past, was it last weekend, right?
Yeah, this past weekend.
Okay, it was a seminar with Eden Tattoo Studio, right?
Eden Tattoo Studio.
So who's Eden? Like, who's it ran by? What caliber of artists are they? And where are they at?
So the presenter, the main lady, her name's Diana. Her and her husband own Eden. What is it? Eden Tattoo Studio.
Eden Bodies
Art
Studio.
Yeah, Eden Body Art Studio.
I was trust me, when I was there, I was sleepy. I was just trying to stay awake.
Oh yeah, but what was that? What was the question again?
Just like, what kind of caliber artists are there?
Oh, as far as the caliber of artists, there'll be more of the top tier artists. Most of them been on Ink Master, Black Ink Crew, stuff of that nature.
There's like a variety of styles that they do.
Yeah, you got some that do black and gray realism, some that just do color realism. They had a presenter that did fine line tattoos.
Okay. Yeah, she's been tattooing
and
for
neo traditional.
Yeah.
she was like the least like.
And her work was like fire.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like definitely. You think 15
And
years plus.
There was a lot of information that I got from her alone that I knew I could implement to my own work. Given
and she's from Georgia too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She used to work at Cloak and Dagger.
Oh.
She'll be here for 2 weeks during the Christmas. I think she probably here now.
His name Taylor or something.
Yeah, her name's Taylor.
Phelps.
Yeah, Taylor Phillips.
There's a lot of talent coming out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Don't sleep on it.
Don't sleep on it.
Whose city is this?
This is our city.
That's
man.
what I'm talking about. I hope for a different answer in the future.
So this seminar, who found out about it? Like, which one of you guys found out about
We
it?
kind of all found out about the same time, but the one that initiated probably was Bryson.
Bryson, okay.
Yeah.
Getting tattooed by you that day. And
What caused you to like I want to go to the seminar?
Oh shoot, no lie. I was just on Instagram looking at reels and then it just popped up. And I said, "Oh, what's going on?" He was like, "You want to be better?" I was like, "I do." Then I was just like, I came in the next day. I was like, "Oh, yeah." I remember Emily was in the back probably drawing. I was like, "Yo, Emily." She's like, "What?" I said, "Come in."
Oh, that's the name, Deanna James.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys are already following her on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, I just followed her the day before I announced that I was going.
So you would say that's a good way to find seminars is to follow these
yeah, just
name
look.
bigger name artists who tend to put them on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they all kind of know each other, too.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
they
thing.
all present like other things.
Yeah, that was definitely a close niche.
I know a
Friend
few of them
community.
do the Explore.
Yeah.
Seminar.
I think they kind of move locations every year. That's
Yeah.
something I've been wanting to go to. So I'll try to definitely add that to the list next year.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, cool. So you guys saw it on Instagram, then all decided to go, and that's
Same
cool.
time.
Yeah, that's cool that all y'all went together as a shop. But
Tattoo Fiesta was there too. Another
Okay, so that's
like another
two
thing,
two artists from there.
so would y'all have went if you were gonna go alone, like nobody else from the shop would have went?
But I think it's always better to either go, even if it's not in the same shop. If you have the same person who's passionate about the same level of tattooing that you want to do, you definitely would just say, "Hey, two is better than one."
Yeah, I know a lot of people we talked to at the seminar, and it was a little surprised that as many of us from the same shop actually went.
So not that many artists were from the same shop.
Yeah, a lot of them let them say it was like pulling teeth trying to get like some of their other artists to go.
Hey, what kind of shop you running in here, Theo?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to get everybody to grow, right?
Oh, okay.
I mean, hey, I thought it was, honestly, it really put things into perspective for me in general, knowing from all the other artists that I talked to, basically all of them saying, like, hey, none of the other artists at our shop ever go to seminars. They don't take time to go learn, especially if it's
actually, I have
they don't
to
go to
give credit to the girls that was sitting in front of us. They was from Canada.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was, from my perspective, it was three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other ones that was more in front of y'all.
I love to see people like going far, distances and lengths to learn and get better. Because at the end of the day, if you're not getting it from the shop you're at, you may be around some great artists, but eventually you're gonna learn all their tricks and tips that they know. So it's like you gotta branch outside of that.
Yeah.
And the seminars are a great way to do that. So you would say like a lot of artists who were attending were nervous and anxious.
Yeah.
So and that's another good point to.
How many artists was there, Loretta?
150.
150.
Okay.
So and probably most of them were nervous. Nervous.
The presenters were nervous.
Oh yeah, definitely was nervous.
Yep.
So
they were like, hey, heads up. First time doing this.
Yeah,
I'm nervous.
they were stumbling a little bit when they was presenting. It was like,
one tripped a little bit, but I was
bear
like,
with me.
Yeah, it's always nerve wracking being amongst your peers and not knowing people, having to talk to people. But so, would you say by the end of the seminar, you guys got pretty comfortable and made friends?
After probably the first hour, I spoke to this guy named Cooper. He's in Texas. He's a real good guy. He's real good with color, but I remember he said he wanted to. It was his first seminar, so I kind of actually told him, "Hey, this is what to expect." Now, I'm not gonna say you're gonna get a wow. If you get a wow tip trick, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But it's either gonna tell you you're on the right path, or you're gonna take something a little bit.
Okay, so as long as you grab that one good tip,
and he did say he learned something. I was like, "So how was your first seminar, man?" He was like, "Oh, it was good, man."
Nah, I definitely agree with that. I'm taking a lot of seminars, and sometimes I'm known most of the info that I learned from that seminar. That I gathered from that seminar already, but I might have learned one new trick or two new tricks. And honestly, to me, as long as I learn something new, then it was working. You know, it's like
the confirmation of what
right.
you're doing.
That's another thing too. Yeah, it's like that's a good feeling when you go to a seminar and a lot of the techniques you're doing are the same techniques that the presenter is doing. So it lets you know, like, okay, like I was on the right track. Like I'm not.
I'm not crazy. Yes.
Exactly. Okay, so
and it's a growing seminar too, cause the first one was how many?
I think like 10 or 12.
And then the previous one was 50.
Damn.
And I actually spoke to the
now.
guy in the food court. His name was Mark, and he was telling me he was there last year at the with the 50 people.
Yeah.
With the 50 people.
Ah.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know, it's a quality seminar being put on, and you said it's how many artists presented that weekend?
6.
6 artists, and so you mind me asking, how much did y'all pay for this seminar?
800.
800 for 6 seminars,
which was worth it
over 2 days.
And I recommend you go to the hotel that they was located in.
Yeah. Oh, so what's special about that hotel then?
Oh, it was connected to the mall. Lartez and Emily. Well, this man was buying his drip there, man.
You're right. We got there a day early, and he's like, I need some comfy shoes. Yeah. Let's go to the mall. And it was like, hey, actually,
you gotta remember Lartez.
Yeah, you walk out of the hotel, it's like,
I like this fashion.
To
the point where they did talk about his drip, man.
Hey, man, Tez is
they looked at me, they was just like,
I saw him at the Atlanta Best War Show, man. He had the best drip out of all of us, I would say. He was definitely spiffy. So
that boy was tropical.
So you guys at the seminar, 6 presenters. So did they tattoo live there, or did they just like presented notes and?
It was more PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Did they give you guys notes like?
Yeah, they actually printed out a whole booklet.
That bitch was laminated.
Yeah, laminated.
So yeah, that's
with little
spirals and everything.
Thick spirals.
Let me tell you, I took a lot of seminars, probably like over 10 at least, and
bring your own tab.
They wrote the notes for you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
and
what
fill
I'm
in the blank to make you.
I've never got notes
attention.
like pre-made notes at a seminar, so that's crazy. That's definitely a good look for them.
They gave you a pen just for you to write it down.
You got
they
a goodie
gave you
bag
ink,
or something up.
Goodie bag, ink, aftercare ointment.
See, that's what's up.
Stickers.
Off of 800, that's a great. Honestly, let me tell you guys, 800 might sound like a lot to some certain artists.
But it's an investment, man.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say it, but with the expensive tattoos and how expensive those are, if you're a quality artist, how do you think you're going to level up at all if you're not spending at least a fraction of what you would be charging your clients? Like, you have to invest in yourself in order to push yourself to the next level, so then you can be justified and maybe charging a little bit more.
Yeah. That's one of the points they made. It's like, just because you came to the seminar, you should be charging more.
Yeah, you investing more into your career, which is in turn will better your work.
Oh, dude, name was Cole, right?
Yeah, that's why you work so it costs more.
You talking about Colton?
Colton?
Yeah,
Colton. He's not even a tattoo artist, but business-wise,
yeah, he's
I have to give him credit.
Yeah, no.
I have to give him a lot of credit.
That's something you can learn, not only just like technical tattoo stuff at seminars, but you learn like a lot on the business end, like
social media,
right? So what do they teach you? Like, what's one tidbit from social media you learned from that seminar?
Hashtags are dead.
I remember he said something.
Never for me, so.
Yeah, the hashtags are dead, and definitely type your captions on your profile on either TikTok, Instagram. Yeah. Make sure you put like tattoo artists and the location you're in.
So basically social media now, as of now, they're pushing things off of keywords. So basically stuff that people research, like tattoo, or specifically what that tattoo is, whether it be floral or anime. Or,
so write descriptive. Like,
the more descriptive,
captions.
the better.
Yeah, so he was basically saying TikTok, Instagram, email, and traction for the clientele in that order. It was like a triangle pinpoint diagram that made a lot of sense. He definitely said don't put TikTok videos on your Instagram because why are you going against the competition? Like that's how they look at it.
And as far as what we've learned, TikTok is for getting at new reach. Because it's really just pushing. It's not pushing to your followers. It's pushing to new people.
Right.
And Instagram is more curated to like the people that are following you.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like Instagram is better suited for like bringing actual clients.
Yeah.
And then TikTok's more like just getting
your
people
info out there.
Yeah, your info, and then really the goal of TikTok's to get them to go to your Instagram.
Yeah.
But like Bryson, you said you get a lot of people off TikTok, right?
Yeah. Usually tattoo on TikTok Live.
So you think that's a good method?
Yeah, some people want to see some people. It's hard to believe that you do your own artwork, even though you show them your tattoo.
I've heard you got kicked out of some lives on TikTok.
It was actually based off your client telling his whole dating story.
I'm talking about you went to other people's TikToks.
Oh, the scratchers. Oh yeah, man, screw y'all, man. Y'all be telling me.
You out here bullying people on TikTok?
No, I try to give advice. This person tattooing without a glove.
Well, I mean, clearly they don't want to know better.
Oh well.
They want Hep C and all the other.
I mean, they usually like tattooing on themselves. So.
Yeah, that's true. But so you guys learned a lot from social media. What else did they cover? Like, so there was like an artist for each style.
Yeah,
a little bit. Not necessarily each style, but they had fine lines. They had color realism. They had
black and gray
realism. They had large scale black and gray.
Mm-hmm.
And
then the obsession of loving your tattoo craft.
Neo-traditional and the Baroque style that Diana does.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So a lot of different styles. And you said that they all kind of mentioned one thing that good artists were obsessed with.
Yeah, Kevin, he was talking about making sure you're in love with your craft. Like, he was more talking about that.
Okay, so he's talking more on like the passion side.
Like, the passion side.
Okay.
And that sometimes you will hit a rut where you kind of like fall out of love with your passion. Mm-hmm. So it's good to have like a healthy balance of like something else to kind of compensate for that.
I agree. Like, I definitely feel like all artists are going to go through that rut and where they're just kind of like in a funk. Maybe they're not doing the type of pieces that they want to do, or they're
not even that decompressed. He was more like
clothing brands.
Or just like
real life shit. We have a life outside of tattooing too. So
so if you're not,
I love sports.
If you're not taking care of your body, if you're not giving yourself a creative outlet outside of tattooing, if you're neglecting relationships with your family or friends, they really went into a whole other level of more than just the technical aspect of it, but just, hey, being an artist.
Be a human.
Be a human, too, because you'll be surprised how much more yourself you feel when you start putting your actual needs first.
Mm-hmm. You feel more fulfilled.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a great point, and that's another thing you should get from these seminars is to remember that even the artists that you look up to, they're humans too, and they have their struggles and their moments, right? So it's good to just relate to them. And
if anything, it was the obsession of their love for tattooing that we all should be on the same page with.
No, and I agree. Like if you don't have that, that passion or obsession, then this is probably the wrong field to be in because
you're just a commercial tattoo artist.
You have to have that passion in order to push yourself further.
Especially if you want to get on those levels that in your mind you want to be at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It sounds like y'all had like a lot of good experiences at the Eden tattoo seminars. So I would say if you had like one like really like big takeaway that left an impact on you, or if it was just like a funny story or someone like you met artists and they had like a big impact on you or something like that, like tell the viewers like what's something that was like a lasting impact for you guys.
A lasting impact for me. I don't know.
What's something that you want to implement in your bag, I guess, from that seminar?
Definitely like a lot of the stuff I learned from like flow, and also the color theories, like from what we learned from Mark.
What's something about flow that you didn't learn that you learned at that seminar?
I already knew the general theory of flow, but the only other thing that really stuck out to me that I got from Taylor was the anti-flow thing. Like, I probably did it like a few times in a couple of my pieces, but I never knew exactly what I was doing. But now I can be more conscious about it.
In simple terms, what is anti-flow then?
So, usually in tattooing, your flow is usually in like S's, C's, and nines.
And A's. Yeah. The body.
So basically, it's still like the same thing, except the easiest way for me to break it down and make it make sense is it's variations of different types of X's. X using the S. So, like, for instance, you got an S shape coming down this way. To create the anti-flow, you're going to have the S shape coming this way. Now, you can have it at different angles, but at the end of the day, it kind of makes like this hash mark.
Kind of the intersecting.
Yeah. And this is that's kind of the thing that Bobby does, the one on Ink Master. He just uses the
more tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, more like tic-tac-toe grid. But it's still
The same concept.
Same concept.
Okay. No, I can definitely.
And it's the focal point is majority of the time in the center.
Yeah, in the 2/3 of the actual tattoo, where they want the focus point to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about y'all, Bryson and Emily? What?
What's Dana? She said she values value over color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's something that I thought about. Like, it's not really about the color. It's about kind of like the
where your values are.
Where your values are. So that's something I kind of took away.
As long as your values is in the right place.
And Mark mixing, knowing what bottle of ink that you're using. And that some people might not know this. Your bottle of ink, if it's red, is probably mixed with different colors. You can look on the back of the bottle and understand how these colors coexist with other colors.
Yeah, because it could be like the color yellow, but
brick red
if you actually like break it down, like it might have purple in there. You never know because it's yellow.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's a great point. Because honestly, I just be mixing shit a lot of times. So.
Yeah.
So you can put red and yellow, then you get orange. That thing turn into like
Yeah.
hot pink. You hold on, what just happened?
Yeah. So basically, when it comes to like mixing, from what I get is it's better to have just straight basic colors.
I got you.
So that way you know like what the actual tones is, like the different colors.
And he preached about controlling your colors.
Yes.
So what do you mean by controlling your colors?
So controlling your colors is like Lartez was saying, if you have a brick red, it might have red and purple in there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're mixing it, you need to know the ingredients of what's in the product that you use when doing color realism.
Basically, like know exactly what you're mixing, so that way you won't have any surprises.
Just to bounce off what he was saying, just like with the brick red and they having that purple in there, and usually, well, because it's mixed with the red, it's more of a warm tone. But you could pick another color that's like, say, what's another warm color, like orange.
Orange and purple.
Yeah.
Or contrast.
Yeah,
colors.
so you mix in this brick red and orange, but this orange has green in it.
Mm-hmm.
And because you mix it, you're thinking you're going to get like a lighter tint of red, and then it could just give you pink out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I mixed it with yellow, but because it has those different tones in it, that's what made it turn that other color.
So in a sense, he was like, a lot of, in layman's term, people using color and don't even know what they're using. The next guy was, what was it, Bobby?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Bobby. Bobby was, he was pretty much just, I like him, he was just winging it at the convention, seminar.
Definitely unorthodox.
Yeah. And they called him a mad genius. If Mark was the mad scientist, he is the mad genius.
I can definitely see that. Like, from watching him on Ink Master, you're seeing how he kind of puts together these compositions of designs and color palettes is definitely unique. So that's cool to learn something like that from him too.
Yeah, and a little backstory about him. I know he went from Chicago to Wisconsin.
Yes.
Yeah, and a small town, like population 3,000 people.
Just to pursue tattooing.
Yeah, just so he.
I mean, similar story to y'all, right?
Yeah.
Came from Mississippi.
He ain't going to Wisconsin.
That's actually one of the things he said when we was talking. He was like, "Oh, y'all are like me."
That's why he likes y'all so much, man. That's real cool though.
And plus, y'all were into anime, so that was a super common topic.
He was like, a lot of people don't know. I'm a little above average. He was telling this horn about his little knowledge a little bit. And I was like, okay.
So he's a real anime head.
He's dabbling. He's dabbling.
He's getting there.
He's getting there. But he think he can, like he said it in a way like, I think I'm gonna be that guy when it comes to anime. Give me like 2 more years, I'll know some stuff.
Okay, that's what's up. I mean, I believe in what he did in tattooing. Shit, if he's passionate about anime, he's probably gonna be like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right.
No, he was real passionate. Like he even worked some like very hard labor job for 7 years.
He worked at an oil refinery.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's real work out there.
Yeah. And he was like, the only thing that got me out of it was, one, knowing it's fucking hard labor work and I hate that shit, but it also helped him see how much he enjoyed tattooing and how much he was like, I never want to do this shit again, so I'm going to work even harder at getting better at tattooing. And honestly, if you have a fire that you can have lit under your ass as part of your passion and part of your, like, get up and go, that was a really good one.
Oh, so one point that I definitely said it's not the norm, But him and his coworkers, they'll draw a design every week, and then he will. So if you draw a design, I have to draw the same design and do it in my own style, and it's like they're both better.
It was more of him improving the artwork. So
yes.
Like say Theo did a design.
Okay.
I'll take his design and draw over that design and fix what I think will look better.
Yeah.
And they'll keep going. But
And they'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like.
Or take old drawings.
Yeah. So
usually some people
forcibly makes you have to get better because it's like, damn, this motherfucker went up me on my shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a real good idea.
And I know in a lot of tattoo shops or private studios, wherever you work at, some artists they kind of just do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
kind of
maybe
like taboo,
not,
low key.
Yeah, it's kind of taboo, but it looked like he was on something.
I'll be down. Like, I want to implement that sometimes. Like, whenever we got some kind of some custom designs coming up, like, hey man, like should go ahead, like draw some, show me some things.
Like you said, it's kind of taboo, but the whole time I was looking at it, I was like, nah, that's making them better though.
Yeah, because a lot of people be like, I don't want to copy it. It's like it's not copying because you're changing it. You keeping the same theme and you just correcting with this has on his flow. This one has it's a little stiff in this area, so I'm gonna make it flow a little bit better because it's on the arm next to the elbow, something like that.
Or their own personal kind of like I don't like tattooing
they did it
around
every
the
week
knee.
Or two.
So
I don't know how often they did it, but I know him and the guy that Kim mentioned, they do it a lot.
Yeah, and it was one more person. I think it was Apprentice or something.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's definitely an idea. I think a lot of artists can implement at shops, but like you said, you gotta have kind of the right team around y'all to do that. Because not everybody's gonna be.
You kind of can't have an ego when you're doing something like that. Because hey, look, that's the whole point of doing this is to be better.
Yeah, and that's what shows
help get you better.
How like the type of personality they have to. Right. I know a lot of artists be like, I ain't trying to bite your style. I ain't trying to do this.
Yeah, I mean, all great artists.
And it also makes you think about the design different too. Yeah. Because it's not now you literally putting yourself in another person's mind.
Yeah. No, that's definitely a great tool to get better. So it sounds like y'all learned a lot from this event. I mean, seminar actually.
And that was just day one.
Yeah. So 2 days. So back to back. So would you also say you guys like made a lot of tattoo friends there?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely that. Oh, and then I forgot about what's the name? Colton. Like he's not even a tattoo artist, but he was talking more on the business sense of how that works.
No, so that's great that you can learn so many different things just from one seminar. So
I did say he looked like he reminded me of Theo up there. How he managed the shop.
Business wise, y'all
got the beard and everything.
Talk to him.
Hey, cool. I talked to him briefly at the bar. We just talk about the seminar, but
and all of them stayed till like 2 or 3 in the morning talking to everybody. Like
that's cool. Yeah.
I know some people once the seminar, you got me about 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
I'm about to dip.
No, they actually hung out.
Yeah,
that sounds like a great seminar. So kudos and shout out to Eden Body Art, putting on a great seminar, and I'm gonna try to go next year. Y'all sold me on it, so that's what's up.
Yeah, it's getting bigger. It might be like 200, 300 this time.
Yeah,
right.
Because honestly, the fact that they had to have one of those like convention rooms in a hotel, like, and it was
and it held all of them.
That was definitely one of them big conference rooms.
Didn't it say only so many spots left?
Yeah.
So I guess they'll limit it anyway. So you better get it in first come, first serve. Yeah.
No, definitely. So all right, let's shift gears to like just seminars in general. Then so like how many seminars y'all like to take in a year? You would say
2 to 3.
Yeah, for me, minimum 3. For this one, I took Roger, and then because it was 6 artists there, I definitely said kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. Okay. So like what? Is there a price amount that's too much for you to spend on a seminar, or would you say?
No, I'm real good at managing money and investing in myself.
Long as you ain't, neglecting some bills to go do that thing. I feel like
take care of your
that bill can turn off sometimes.
But I mean, like I said, you could definitely sacrifice in other areas to invest in your craft, like whether it's not buying that outfit or. Sacrificing on
leaving the new J's that just released out.
Material stuff that is not needed. Like sometimes you gotta sacrifice for that, so you can better your career.
Yeah, and even for certain seminars, because I've done the PowerPoints, I've done seminars who say how to set your appointment. I've done the seminars who done live. I've done seminars with all artists in one seminar. even now, I still actually now I just want to probably 2024. I'm just gonna just start doing 1-on-1 or 10 people seminars, because now that I've done
smaller, more intimate.
Yeah, more intimate for sure. Because now it's like I've done all this, and I just want to learn more.
So you feel like in the smaller settings, you can learn, you can ask more questions, and
I'm more curious to see what I'll learn.
Okay, so you want to kind of see more like
more of the
live
techniques.
action.
Yeah.
I definitely understand that. So like to someone who hasn't done seminars before, like what would you say would be a good like average seminar budget to have for a year to set aside?
150. 150.
150.
The average?
Yeah, I mean for like let's say
I was
for
gonna
a
say
year.
500 for the year. So then that
For the year.
Yeah,
my bad.
just to spend on seminars.
I thought they were just gonna say just
I
do
say
one.
minimum like 5.
But I've seen some that's 100. Yeah.
There's some.
That's usually at the conventions.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of times if you go to some certain conventions, they'll have like cheaper seminars, because a lot of times those seminars they may not actually be tattooing, but they'll
That's kind of
drop
meant
some
for
knowledge.
like the beginners.
Yeah. I mean, you might get some stuff here.
The average people.
Yeah, but I'll definitely say probably the more expensive a seminar, like the more you're probably gonna get out of it. I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, even though sometimes like
David Vega, remember he said he has the one where it's 10, then it's 1v1 where you just watch him, then it's one where you grab your own client and he tells you how to tattoo it.
Right.
Diana, how did she say it, Lartel?
Oh yeah, with Diana and her one-on-one. So basically, the first day, you're on like a pound of flesh or something like that, and she's teaching you how to work in her style. Okay. Then the next day, her studio will provide you a client for you to tattoo on.
Would y'all be nervous tattooing someone else's client?
Hey, man,
I mean, I'm not a nervous person, so I'm just like, let's do it.
If they signed up for it and they signed the consent form, fuck it.
I'm pretty sure she
what's
got
up.
your back at the end of the day. Like her name is
Yeah,
on
no,
the shop.
she's still gonna be like right there, but she's not gonna be as like, okay, do this. Like once she's like kind of see you going in the wrong direction, like, hey, you need to bring that back a little bit.
You have a little bit more
Like,
of that
let's do it.
hands-on instead of being like, did I bring this contrast out enough? And she could be like, bring it out further.
Yeah, so next year, my pocket's gonna be a little hurt.
They're gonna be hurting a little bit.
But I can definitely just provide more information, because if I'm still doing this, I'm gonna be complacent.
Yeah. So, I think a good question to ask then about seminars, like a lot of times artists don't want to take a seminar from an artist, even though the artist might be good, but it's not their style that the artist who's looking at the seminar does. So let's say it's like a black and gray realism artist and like a neo-trad colored tattooers putting on
Contract
a
value.
do you think you should still take it?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because just like in black and gray realism versus neo-traditional, both of them, you're going to implement a lot of heavy blacks in there at some point in the piece.
And the structure
Matter of fact,
itself.
And as far as like color goes, like, I mean, you can grayscale all colors and it's going to still blend out to be a black and gray piece.
I'm confident to say there was a lot of black and gray artists who are interested in color that was at that seminar.
Yeah,
And they literally
I'm talking about a lot.
I'm afraid
I was
to
surprised
start.
about
They
the color.
don't know
I was
where
like,
to start.
color artist here, man.
That's a good way to get an idea, is to go to a seminar. Like if you only specialize in one style and you want to kind of broaden your tools, like take those seminars.
And they definitely on the business aspect, they even raised their hand about at the seminar. Told all the artists raise their hand. Who's doing hourly? Who's doing flat prices? Who's doing half day, full day sessions?
You never know what kind of info you can learn from a seminar. It's not just like
that was a good ratio out of 150 people.
Oh God, yes. Yeah. So you get a more realistic view, because also when we would have our downtime, we'd be like, hey, is it slow season for y'all? How is it affecting you? Or what style do you seem to do more of during what times of the year?
The region you live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's a great point. Like, I'm taking seminars from artists in all different kind of styles. Like, some styles I don't even do, like Yogi Berra. I took he specializes in color realism, and I don't really do color realism that much, but the things he taught and, like, the color
scheme.
I can see
how he
it
applies the color.
Yeah, no, it definitely, like, helped level up my work a lot. And so you have to go into these seminars with the right mindset too. Like, you can't just be closed-minded and like, I'm only going to do it my way. And if they don't do it my way, and then fuck it.
I went to the seminars where when we was at the Eden, they mentioned Nico and Carlos, the seminars I done took. So it all goes full circle.
Yeah, man, the tattoo community is big, but it's small at the same time.
Yeah.
So you get to know a lot of these techniques and methods are being passed from like the same artist, and you just until you put yourself in those circles, like you won't.
That's what I'm kind of realizing now. Now I'm like, okay, there's a circle here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like,
you got to get out there and to learn.
You'll be surprised how many
You're
people
only as good as the people you be around, and that's a true statement in any facet of life.
Right. So, all right, this is a subject I think we should touch on. Is I feel like a lot of people sometimes they take seminars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because I've seen it, like I've taken seminars, even done a seminar, and the artists that I've been in those seminars with or taught, sometimes like I see it, they really took to heart, what was taught, and they use it to apply it to their to tools and then level up their work. But then there's some artists who just go to these seminars by great artists and their work doesn't improve.
Like, I mean, it's just like they said. If you
why is that?
Why is that? They're not practicing.
Pride. People have too big of an ego and they're not willing to put what they know already on the back burner. Because I mean, it's like almost not necessary for you to go to a seminar if you're just not going to apply anything. So it's basically you having to take all of your...
You got to apply what you learn.
Yes.
So practice.
I feel like the ones that don't apply it probably doesn't apply all the time, but they were looking for like that one all be all answer.
Right.
And then a lot of...
There is none.
Yeah. I tell you, it's like, if you're looking for like, this is the way.
If you use this machine and use this ink, use this needle.
Everybody
this is
uses
going
it differently.
like,
yeah, so they go
matters.
into a closed mind thinking they finna like, oh, I'm finna get that answer today.
Right.
It's like, no, you gotta.
Yeah, a lot of time artists look for that one all be all. Like, I need that one single answer that's going to change my career, right?
Yeah, like, oh, I finally met my person. How do I do this? And then get up there and it's like, I can't really tell you the exact answer, but this is how I do this, and this is what I prefer. And it's up to you to like break that down to where you can use it.
Right, yeah.
And the more part about that is, all the seminars that I took, some people's like looking for that expensive machine, expensive needle.
Exactly.
It's to the point where now the artists they don't even. They're just really good as an artist.
Yeah.
They'll straight up tell you. Yeah. They tell me, you tell me about this motor skill, how this needle work. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
I just like how
the stroke, none of that. They just like, it works.
It works.
Right. I mean,
half of them didn't even know what machine they use.
Yeah. No, but actually,
they was asking other artists, what machine do I use?
3.5, 4.0?
Yeah.
I mean, the machines.
Matter of fact, we all guessed what machine it was.
Yeah.
It's machine technology has come so far. A lot of these like pen machines now are pretty much on the same level as each other. So
Diana used the first Cheyenne that came out.
Yeah.
The first.
OG. I remember I used to use that one for a minute too. So.
She's like, look, this is my ride or die homie right here.
I mean, so that's a great point. I think that's something that's eye opening too when you go to these seminars. Just like, look, at the end of the day, like, what ink brand you use, what needle brand, what machine. Yes, does it help your process? Yes, but it doesn't make you a good tattooer.
You gotta practice.
Yeah, you gotta practice, apply the right techniques, and just do the right things. So
a great example is like Theo told me to do my first realistic road. I was on that pedal for a whole 2 hours. And in my head, at that moment, I was like, I ain't never doing this rose again.
All right, yeah.
But I had to keep practicing. Yeah. Now,
you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what they said a lot.
Yeah, step out your comfort zone.
Right. And a lot of artists don't want to do that. So if you're going to go to these seminars, like, you won't
be ready to change.
Yeah, you have to apply these changes. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time and
Go
money.
in with an open mind.
Like
it ain't going to happen after one tattoo either. Right?
No.
Like the painting Asian style painting I did. I said, I'm going to try this 3-round coloring scheme right now. I tried it. I'm going to need to practice some more.
Right.
I went straight back to that mat real quick.
Yeah, but I mean, are you going to try again in the future when you get the opportunity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My boy didn't put it on.
Put it on. Nah, keep that in the podcast. Just keep that in there.
Keep that in there. But yeah, so apply these methods and just know it's not going to happen that first time. Like, that first try, it's going to feel weird. You're going to be uncomfortable. Like, there's times I tried new techniques. I'm just like, man, this is just too tedious. It's too hard. Like, but you know what? I just stuck with it. And then you have that breakthrough. And once you do, then it's like, okay, now I get what they're saying. And then you start to see your work level up. So,
and how many times have we tattooed where we really tried something for the first time? You look back 3 months later, now doing it like, whew. I just don't even feel the same.
No, all the time. So, yeah, don't don't be afraid to try new things. You know, so
some of them is like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm gonna just make sure this not a bad looking tattoo.
Right.
You see how I be doing them cover-ups? Man, how you know this was gonna work? Shh.
I figured it out.
I just didn't graduate. I just did the basic. Basic fundamentals.
And then
go back to your fundamentals.
You know, for us too, since like all of us, we all tattoo like different like skin tones of clientele, right? Because a lot of times some artists that we might look up to, they might only tattoo like one skin tone, right?
Yeah, I've had witnessed that multiple times at seminars, a little bit, art convention.
But that's the thing, like we still can learn, but it's like we have to know how to apply this to what we do though. Like,
still know like the science of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like what's the major concept here? Like I said, is it contrast values? Okay, how do I translate that into a darker skin tone and still have it look good? So don't let that discourage you too from taking the seminar if you feel like, well, you know, they're only working on lighter skins, right? But shoot, I still can learn techniques.
A lot of the techniques they use still work on darker skin.
You just gotta leave open skin.
You gotta dial it back a little bit.
Right.
And also learning how to present your page. A lot of seminars say, hey, you need to learn how to present your page to where you can show people that you can do that in any aspect.
Yeah. So it's, again, like, so much stuff you can gain from doing the seminar. There's really no reason not to, unless you can't afford it, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, even with Diana, before she started doing her Baroque style tattoos, the ones she won trophies on, she definitely was like, I did those for free.
Right.
Oh yeah,
that's what goes back to what we were saying.
And those
like,
big ass 3-day pieces.
If you learn something new from a seminar, you want to try it out, do a free tattoo, and like that way, if you mess up, it's like there's a little bit less guilt, right?
Yeah,
like,
and these are people that's on Ink Master saying, I did this piece for free.
Right.
Yes.
So again, free tattoos, do them for the right reasons, though, right?
Yeah.
So
only to push your skills. Don't do it for free just because your best friend Joe wanted a name on them.
No, and she did mention that if you have to come in on an extra day and
your off days,
whatever you got to do, if you want to see your work progressively get better, you have to put in the amount of work. It's never an easy answer, a quick fix. It's never a secret formula. It is always going to be get down into the nitty gritty.
The only sauce is hard work.
Do it.
All right, so from saying that, even in our previous podcast where we did tell people the same things of how we do stuff in Slow-T, we just went to like artists who was on Ink Master, just said the same thing.
Yeah, they shops are slow.
They
for the last 2 years, actually.
Yes.
They definitely said, I think Kevin said it, he's like, look, if all 6 of us are saying it, we're not wrong.
Yeah, it's
like, come on now.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And if all 4 of us are in here, that's 10 people already.
And everybody else we talked to, they were like,
150.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get, sometimes people want to, I'm going to figure it out, I'm going to do it my way, but...
We'll give you the answer.
Yeah, sometimes you just, like, if the majority of the crowd is saying this is how to do something, just stop being hard.
Sometimes it's that easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes just go with the flow.
That's on you, though.
Fight something else.
So,
go with the easy info.
No, that's true. So, all right, let's say we got some viewers who, let's say maybe they might be really down bad, or they're real early in their career, and they're tight on their pockets, right? And they're like, all right, well, we think 500, 800 is a good price for a seminar.
Right, that was quality.
To someone else, yeah, they might be like, I can't afford that. All right, so, all right, of course, the first thing I would like to say is like, learn how to manage your money, and like, if you gotta work a side job, something like, the biggest thing to help you grow in tattooing is not being financially stressed. I feel like,
I mean, it's kind of like how Roger said it at his seminar. He's like, man, I had to take 2 buses and the train.
Yeah.
He was like, for y'all not to manage y'all money and y'all doing Ubers and Lyft, there's really no
if you can't save $50 extra a week.
Yeah.
And that, like, at the end of the month, that's $200 extra, like 3 months, that's $600. $600 can get you in a seminar somewhere.
I'll be honest, I think that's just being an adult. Like, it ain't even a tattoo artist thing, an artist thing. That's just being an adult and manage your fucking money. Like,
if you're tight on money.
If you gotta do Ubers and Lyfts where you pay in a premium for them to take your ass from one point to another, but you can't afford to get even a beat up car or... I'm sorry, sometimes you gotta prioritize certain things. Not saying like, hey, how are you supposed to get to and from, but you gotta look at other things in your life. Like, do you need that subscription to Netflix and Hulu and, or do I need to eat out at lunch? Or can I do something else?
Get that library card, look at the references in the book.
All of us have had to fucking do it, and not saying it like, hey, we want to boast about it, but like, y'all, people don't see
shit.
what the hell you have to do
my
behind the
first
scenes.
4 years of working here, I went carless.
Yeah.
Me and my girl was just sharing a car.
Right, but
it wasn't until I got a dog, I was just like, oh, let me go get a car.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. All right.
hey,
It's
But
safe.
like,
money. You gotta
like you
save a
said,
little below
tight
your
on
means.
pockets.
Right.
But I'll say like this.
My bad. I ain't want to cut you off, but let's just say, all right, what were you about to say then?
I was gonna say, if you're tight on money like that, like our shop is a great example. Like we allow people to watch us, be respectful to us and our clients.
Okay, so that's a great. I was just gonna get to that then. If you let's say just all right, they're not responsible for money or just really tight, whatever. They might have a good reason why, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can you do outside of a seminar to where you can get out of that rut and level up? And like you were just saying, I was gonna bring up too, is network with artists who are local and go ask if you can watch them at the shop.
Yeah.
All right, because
go to some of the bigger name people that you look up to.
You're gonna get some no's.
yeah,
Or
guest
go
spot
at a
somewhere.
convention, just be like, hey, can I watch you do
Well,
this?
There's three different ways right there. You can just. I
the
mean,
convention might be 25. They tight on money, but
I mean, man,
you can come in the shop.
You gotta make 25 and live
hey,
somewhere. Man.
I don't underestimate it.
I mean, but
Hey, I ain't saying
Okay,
it's no.
I'm not. Go ahead. You're right.
But it's some broke.
Yeah, no.
I say I don't care. It's some broke motherfuckers out there.
I know.
right.
So I'm just saying, like,
This is
it's
a career
easy to
you
walk
gotta
in this
invest in.
door for free or any shop. Be respectful.
Right.
Let them know you want to learn. Listen. Stay off your phone. No
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. No FaceTime.
Yeah.
Take it to the side.
Like take
Like,
their
common sense
time
stuff.
serious because if they're giving you their time, then
I've had
take it
plenty of
serious.
people come in here, get on their cell phone. Theo has witnessed. I immediately stopped talking to him.
Yeah,
like
okay.
immediately.
If you,
And then they'll leave. Theo say, "Hey, what you think?" Oh, he was on his phone. She was
Right.
on his phone. I ain't talking to him.
we tell people all the time, like, y'all, if you don't know anybody else here in Atlanta, you can always swing by our shop. We're always welcoming to anybody as long as, like you say, respectful and you take the craft serious.
Mm.
Like you come in and you're really hungry to learn, then come in and ask questions to watch. But like, don't just
We
come
had one
in
this
and-
week.
Yeah.
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 He wasn't on his phone. He
Yeah.
was listening. He was
Ask
engaging.
questions.
Yeah.
I told him, take a seat.
And
It's going to be a long day.
He got some real advice and good
Yeah.
advice. So it's like, you can do it. Like, I've done that, like, back early in my career, when shops, during slow season, actually, right? Like, shop was slow. It was like 5, 6 o'clock. I asked the owner, hey, can I leave a little bit early? It's like, yeah, it's dead, whatever, cool. I'll go drive all the way. Like, I was leaving from, Lithonia, going all the way to the West End, to go to West End Tattoo at the time. Now it's like Tri-Cities. Watching Red, OG in the Atlanta scene, and watching their shop, Yada and all of them. And they was gracious enough to let me just go in and learn. Like, I would go in, draw, just ask questions. Be real respectful. Like, I didn't butt heads with anybody. I didn't get, try to interject my opinion to a client or something like that. It's just, you just go in, be respectful, and you'll be surprised. There are a lot of, welcoming artists. Of course, you're going to get rejected by some artists. Like, some artists who, like, they might not be they may not even be assholes or nothing. It's just, some artists might just work better, like, focusing on the tattoo and having people around them. So, just be respectful with that. But,
You can read the room. You're smart enough to read the room.
follow artists on IG, DM them, hey, support their work, like their pics.
You'd be surprised at who will answer you in the DMs.
Yeah.
Just
We had a couple of this past, I'll say 3 weeks. We had a lot of people come in and out.
Yeah. I always try to, like, I might be late to the DM, but if an artist DMs me, I try to, like, answer and, I always
Matter of fact, just be under the comments. Just say, hey, check your DMs. I'm trying to.
Yeah, and I try
I
to
have
help
people
when
do
I
me like
can.
that. It's like, oh, okay, let me go to the DM.
Right.
I always have like 16 notifications on my Instagram at all times, so if I don't get to it, it is nothing personal. It is literally, I cannot keep up with the shit in my life.
Yeah, so, I mean, don't just shoot your shot. Might take a couple of days to get a response, but if you do, take advantage of it.
I'm usually quick. So.
Yeah. And then if you're all right, like say, if you're a more experienced artist, you do have some networks and some friends in the industry, then ask for a guest spot. Even if it's another local shop. Like, a lot of people, they're like, why would I guest spot at a shop that's in the same state as me? It's like,
because it's still in a different area.
And they're a
it's
different
gonna be different clientele there.
Different artists.
different artists, like I said, different area, different just way of running things. You just
your shop might do mostly traditional, but the shop you guest spot at, they do black and gray mostly.
I give Julius this. Like, when we was in Florida, we was just walking the shops. Just chopping it up.
Yeah, I used to do that with Danny. Like, when Danny Cruz used to work here, he would just take me all around. I think we would network. Like, we'll go hit up all the shops in this area and that area.
So when we gonna do that?
I mean, we posted it.
You be waiting on me. It was a couple.
You work every day.
days. We could have been did it.
Do you not work?
We gonna be around Atlanta driving around one day.
We'll take a Sunday.
We can't do. No, we can't do.
I like visiting other
Wednesday?
shops. Honestly,
We'll do a different day.
Yeah, Monday, all shops are usually closed on average.
Yeah, I love visiting other shops and other artists. So, yeah, if you just see us pop up randomly one day, don't be surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, do that. And then, like Emily said earlier, if you can't work a convention, you can at least like
attend one.
Yeah, if you got like this Villain Arts convention like
every
in like damn near every city. Like if not like
they got the
you
calendar
can drive
online.
there, right?
Quite literally the biggest tattoo convention in the world.
There's gotta be a convention near you somewhere, right? And then just find whichever one it is. Save up $25 to pay for that day, and then just go spend the whole day there. Walk around the convention.
So with 300 artists.
Yeah, just talk to artists. I remember actually. So this is back to like 2012, 2013. I went to the Atlanta tattoo convention, the one put on by Tony, and I was there. I wasn't even planning on getting tattooed. I was just going just to like see artists, network, and watch. And I saw Craig Foster there. You know, he was on Ink Master and everything. Great new school, legendary artist. And he wasn't busy. It was a Sunday, so I was like, hey, like, I wasn't even planning on getting tattooed. Like, would you want to do a tattoo machine for me, something small, simple? And he was super cool. Like he honestly, he undercharged me like a lot because he basically just said like, how much can you afford? Because I really wasn't planning on doing that. So I was like, man, like I got 200, and he's like, cool, like fuck it, I'll do it. And then sure enough, like he basically gave me a whole seminar right there. Like he's doing the tattoo, explained to me all his techniques, just shared so much knowledge and developed that connection. And $200 can be a lot, but at the same time, like you never know if you talk to artists, they're slow. They might. You guys got flashes on your table all the time, right?
The conversation.
Yeah, they might just want to do something cool. Yeah, exactly.
Literally, because if somebody was like, "Hey, this is all that I have," rather than me being like, "Here's this giant expectation of what I think that you want," versus what you can logistically afford or what you're planning. Because sometimes people are like, "I only want to get small stuff and then build from there." Either way, if somebody's just more upfront about their budget and they're just like, "Hey, this is what I can do," I'm like, one, thank you for being straightforward. I don't have to jump through hoops to get basic fucking information that I'm inevitably going to need. But two, I'm more willing to work with you in that budget because I know, hey, this is where the hard line is. Either I can do that or I can't do that.
Yeah.
There's no in between where it's like, well, how much for this extra little bit and this, that. It's like, wait, you already told me what your budget is and this is what I can do.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like one of the things about the seminar that they did say was, the reason why we was here was to make more money and make our life easier. And one of the biggest things I even told Christian is he was like, I was telling him, I'd be forgetting the old dude name, Colton.
Yeah.
Colton.
James.
Colton. I ain't gonna remember that one.
It's okay.
Colton. But he would definitely said, even if you don't have the money, when you do get the money, wherever level you're at and you're just stagnant, you're going to have to spend more money because it's a long-term investment to make your life easier. You're spending the money to say, hey, when I spend this money, it's supposed to make my life easier, which the long-term money comes back.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
regardless, you're going to get it back.
Yeah. The $800, I'm expected to make, 3, 5, 10 times more.
Yeah.
Because you took that information and you leveled up your work.
Yeah. Apps, mindset.
There's definitely a lot of great points. And to be honest, I think we had a lot of good stuff, info on seminars. So we're hoping, if you're new to seminars, you haven't taken, you've been on the fence, that you listen to a lot of this and it's kind of swayed you to go ahead and take that plunge, make that investment in yourself. Don't even look at it as like a sacrifice or,
Look at it as if you're buying that new tattoo machine that you wanted.
Right. Yeah, it's it. Sometimes instead of buying that new machine, like spend it on,
You just might have needed a tip and trick.
Yeah,
now you save some more money.
Right. Exactly.
Wait, I didn't need this
whole new
expensive
setup.
$80 needle?
Yeah, because you can do the exact same thing with a cheaper needle, but just turn your machine down. But if you had bought the new one that doesn't run as high, you would never know. So, there you go.
All right. So with that being said, I think now let's shift to our favorite part of the episodes now. Is our little end segment is where we answer questions from just people, tattoo artists or clients who've messaged us over the week and want us to answer on air. So let's get to it. All right, let's get to these questions now. So the first question would be, how would you feel if midway through a tattoo the client wanted to quit?
I've had that shit happen.
Is it more if they don't like it or they just couldn't sit through it?
And just
I wouldn't say probably more likely through pain, but I mean either way, honestly, like they just want to stop.
Outline that bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't feel no type of way. I guess it depends. Like, if we just started and you stopped, it's like,
I've had that. And keep the stencil.
I did that with you.
Keep the stencil printed.
My thigh. We got halfway through it, and I was like, ain't no way you're touching my upper thigh after the shit you did to my knee, or right there above it. And then you're like, all right, cool. Went ahead and gray lined the important parts, and then we came back after that shit healed.
Yeah, but we was halfway. When I say beginning, I mean like, we 5 minutes in.
I did that shit to Jose. I'm not perfect. I've done this probably to a couple of y'all.
I've had that happen, but in my first experience, I didn't know how bad the behind the knee was, and it was like 3 months into me tattooing full time, and I told Theo, hey man, this motherfucker just quit on me. And I was just like, what should I do? He was like, how much? We did like a panther, and when I say we only got the bottom teeth,
oof,
and a little bit of the middle jaw, he's like, can you get the nose? She won't let me. Like,
yeah, I mean, sometimes, hey, clients don't sit the best, right?
Yeah, so, and that's when the artistry comes into play. If that's the case, Diana said it best. If you know how to draw it, it'll help you know how to tattoo it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if somebody quit on you, skill level wise, you was comfortable enough to do something like this. And if they can't let you outline it, keep the reference paper. Don't throw nothing away.
Yeah.
And try your best to find the cutoff point.
And
yes.
Yeah, because it's going to happen. You're going to have people just tap.
It only happened twice, though.
But I'll say the only time I would probably feel away, like I said, maybe we were like 90, 95% there. We got like 10, 15 minutes.
Shoot, I had a coach her the whole 20 minutes. And she was like, I'm about to quit. I was like, look.
Just sit through.
So please.
Stop it, bitch, come on.
Yeah. I was like, I'm really not finna reset up, and I gotta do this whole thing. That I was like, it literally only takes 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But I can't tell somebody how to feel on their pain tolerance. So I understand that too.
A little different. All right, that's some good answers, man. So this next question, so this one I had to kind of get a little bit more clarification for.
Man, not understanding.
But what's your best advice on becoming like a legit self-employed artist? So. And when I asked a little bit deeper, he was kind of meaning like
self-taught?
Not that, but more so like I guess like more legit, like as far as legitimizing your finances. He was saying like a lot of artists live check to check and really don't know how to get to a point where you can build financial stability and longevity off tattooing.
Shit.
So I guess like how do you create a real career from tattooing?
How you living your lifestyle already?
I guess how to manage your finances.
Yeah, I'd probably say you definitely should look into more like finances stuff.
Get a CPA.
You gotta look outside of tattooing when it comes to that.
Because Colton said that. He's like, look, I'm not an accountant, man. You gotta talk to them.
Yeah, people who know the tax codes will let you know what is and is not a legitimate deduction, which a lot of us as independent contractors have to figure out, is this real? That I can write this off, or is this being too bold in writing it off? A lot of the shit.
Definitely pay your taxes, right?
Oh god.
Yeah, but like you were saying, go to the accountant to do that.
Yeah, just go to the accountant.
But as far as like the becoming like financially stable,
live below your
what's the rule that most financial people go? It's like
30% to
like set the 60-20.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't know the exact what you're talking about. But yeah, basically the goal, like y'all were saying, was to become financially stable. You have to change your lifestyle. Really, it's like live below your means. Meaning,
quit being flashy. You're a tattoo artist. You're gonna fuck them shoes and pants up anyways. Just quit buying shit that's not necessary.
Save your money.
Save, because even if it's not a crazy time like how it is right now in the economy, there's also this thing called slow season. Yeah, so you're gonna have to prepare for it anyway.
Me personally, at the minimum, like if I do a tattoo, I'm trying to at least, like, just saving wise, try to at least save at least 30% of what I
feel like I was doing money before I started tattooing.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. This is a person.
It's
like,
the same thing.
Tattooing is going to bring the with whatever you were before tattooing. It's just going to like bring it out more, right? Yeah. So you got to create those good habits.
Seriously.
Like that's a good way. Like Tez was saying, like create a system for yourself. Is it whether it's saving a percentage for every tattoo, creating a budget, a weekly budget. And doing it. Me personally, that's what I do. Like,
pretty much I match what I put into the shop. Like
I don't go past $7 when I spend
putting this in my pocket.
Right.
On my lunch break.
As my dad would say, you have to pay yourself first. So instead of paying your bills, which not saying don't pay your bills, but pay your bills. But instead of putting that money into your checking account, that money theoretically that you would be earning or needing to spend, put that same percentage into savings.
Actual question. Is that thing that you're going to get going to affect you tomorrow? If the answer is no, you don't need it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people who got, like right now, I got to fix my flat. I'm already paying car insurance. I'm about to have this guy change my tire. I already paid for it. I ain't finna just be like, oh, pay somebody to change it. My insurance.
Definitely like.
Look for policies where things are included, so you're not having to pay extra out of pocket. Like, we got our dishwasher's fucked up right now, and I'm telling my mom, hey, I got plumbers for clients. I can fix this. Our floor is squishy. No, we
That's
pay
this. That's the beautiful thing about being a tattoo artist.
Right? We know people, but also, like, we got to go with the people that we pay to fix it. They're already under contract. Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. But,
definitely, like, budget out whatever you need to pay your necessities, meaning your bills, gas, food, and find areas where you can cut, expenses at, like eating out. A lot of tattoo artists eat out all the time.
That's number one.
Or we have horrible caffeine or nicotine.
Especially now, the tipping culture.
So you say you don't drink less Red Bull?
Everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitch, I'm off the bull, all right?
Just making sure.
I lost my wings, okay?
Damn.
All right, so be responsible with your money. It's nothing you could change overnight, but just a lot of little things y'all can do to become more financially responsible, and that'll lead to becoming stable in this industry.
I feel like another part of it, because it sounds so simple, but as like part of the finances that you're going to be setting aside, really prioritize that savings. Because as artists, when the economy is shit for every other person, we're usually on the benefiting side, but these last few years have been fucking crazy. And in general, you have to plan for the unexpected, which means, hey, people aren't going to be able to pay for gas anymore. How are they going to get a fucking tattoo? You kind of have to adjust yourself and adjust your expectations of, oh, well, I only want to do big pieces. Who gives a shit? Yeah. There's 4 small pieces walking in the door right now.
That little $100 you turn down could add up. It could come in handy.
I don't mean you gotta post it, but
no,
hey, do that
exactly.
shit.
There's a lot of tattoos that we do as walk-ins that we don't post. And honestly, if you're a client, don't feel offended. It's because we're trying to cater our Instagram and how it is viewed by you as the client. We're trying to tailor it a specific way so that we get more clients like that. Not to say we don't want to do the walk-ins or don't want to do the simple stuff, but honestly, if we're pushing for something, that is what we want to ideally be doing. But not saying that we're going to be like upset.
Don't think just because you see one thing, we're going to turn you down.
No.
Yeah. So saying all that, Emily, can I borrow $20? She won't give it to me.
I know. I was waiting.
We're struggling out here.
I was waiting for you to finish. You usually say till tomorrow.
No.
Oh no. Then no.
Now.
Then no. If there's no
the slow
payback,
season is horrible.
You think I just want to give you $20 just for the hell of it?
I think so.
Ain't no fucking way. I need that 20 for me.
And just to add on to that, along with the savings, I definitely suggest, especially with tattoo artists, invest your money too.
Fact.
Yeah, me and Theo pretty on that, but I know it's a lot of artists that's like, not even just artists, just people in general that's afraid of investing. Do your research, invest in stuff that you know, and let your money work for it, because you can put it in that savings, unless you got a savings that actually incurs interest. You really just wasting your money, low key.
And also look long term. Like, what's your 3-year plan? What's your 5-year plan? Your 10-year plan? Because I'm pretty sure that if you get to your 5-year plan and you're not considering either arthritis or back pain or fucked up relationships, you're not looking to the 10-year, which is the more realistic of how long do you want your career to be. Because if we look at it from a logistical standpoint, hey, this is great, we're living in the moment, but also we got to be real. We're not like corporate jobs where they have a 401k or some shit laid away
are the
for us.
401k.
You gotta create your own retirement
come up with everything for yourself.
Now y'all really sound like some accountants.
Yeah. Honestly, that would probably be a good topic for an episode one day. If you just like how to be a financially stable artist, right?
If y'all got questions about finances and tattoos, send them to us.
What's the next question?
All right, next question is this is a good one.
What?
Yeah. What are some client red flags?
If they're crying before you even get them in the chair, reschedule.
When you come in with your mom.
Ooh,
I'm
that's
saying,
a good one.
Hope you see it. Hope you see it.
If they don't want to give you an ID when you ask for it.
I hope you see it.
Good.
I hope you do.
Good flag right there. How about you, Ted? What you?
Asking you, is there metal in the ink?
Yeah.
What's the chemical
It was like, I don't know.
Is this vegan? I only do vegan ink. Man, that's a red ink tattoo. There's lead in it.
Red flag.
I mean, besides the fact that you have to get stabbed with a needle that's made out of metal, but okay.
Yeah.
But all seriousness, red flag. I've had one walk in where she didn't like her tattoo because she gave me like 10 different ideas. After that, just don't do it.
Yeah, when they're too nitpicky from the jump, like that's always a red flag. Like even if you do everything exactly how they want, they're still gonna find something to complain about.
I would say
So don't do
if
exactly
they don't
what
understand
they want,
tattooing,
don't do that.
like I've had clients where people literally forget your skin moves.
Yeah.
Like if they get one here and they do this,
Why
they're
is
like,
it
why
uneven? It keeps going to the weird side of
your
my
skin
arm.
been moving before you put anything on there. That's why.
That's why we tell you to relax and stand in a natural position instead of your flexing.
Another one for me is the people that come in with the attitude of the customer's always right. Yeah, that might work at Walmart and Applebee's and all that, but tattoos is subjective. So I mean, at the end of the day, if we think it's gonna be a bad tattoo, we have the right to like turn you down or send you to another artist.
No matter how many times you educate them, the hard part is I really have to really tell a client if they don't want to listen to you. When I say on paper art and tattooing on skin is two different things. Well, this has this. I'm
telling you.
All right. Unless you're gonna go skinny mode and be a picture frame real quick and turn in the paper by all means. But
at that point, it's like I'm gonna give you the tattoo machine. You tell me, show me.
If you're gonna be like,
another red flag for me is when it's somebody who has never worked with you before. They're a totally new client to you, and they say, "I trust you. Just do your thing."
yeah, that's different levels of clients. Kind of like who said that? It was at the seminar. We had like the golden client.
It's like we like freedom, but
when
you give too much,
freedom with constraints.
There's also
be real with us. Like we know you don't like something, so just tell us from the jump.
There's that fine line of you trusting our creative process, which say exactly that. I trust your creative process and however you envision it. But don't tell me that I have creative freedom, and then as soon as I show you what I think,
don't assume we can read your
like,
mind.
Can we just do it more like this thing I saw on Pinterest? I really prefer it to be just like the picture.
So pretty much you have the golden client, you have client B, do whatever you want. You have client C, I have 1,000 ideas. And D is I have a specific idea, but I'm not sure of how I want to put it together. So, and then client E, I want this exact tattoo. That could also be a heavy red flag.
Very heavy red flag. If they're not willing to even change the design a little bit, what respect for that client that you see the tattoo of that you're showing me and that artist that put in the work and time? You're basically saying, fuck anybody else who has this and paid good money for it. I want it the exact same way so I could be a copycat.
Even after you just say what elements are important to you to keep it similar, and they say, no, what I just showed you is exactly what I want.
Can I do something similar to that? No. All right, then maybe we're not.
As an advice to people out there that do have their mindset that, they see this tattoo and they want it exactly like that, you need to go find that specific artist that did that tattoo.
I have a couple of artists that's right down the street from me. They wanted Tojo? Yeah, I was like, he's right down the street from me. You could actually go to him.
Yeah, that's crazy when they come to a local artist and it's like, you could have just went to
They literally will show you a picture where you're like, I know that you want this, but you could literally just go to that person.
Alright, so let's go to the next question. Do any of you think you will ever get tired of or bored of tattooing?
I know I won't be doing it forever.
So what is your exit plan? Or what, Bryson?
I could definitely see me doing it in like between 45 and 50. Like, for sure.
That's good. I would say that's a good age range.
I would never say I'd like get bored of it, but like Bryson was saying,
I won't get bored.
It wouldn't be like
that for clarity.
Yeah, it wouldn't be just like, okay, I'm just doing just this forever. I do plan on like venturing out doing some other things.
Yeah, burnout is real, you know. Doing anything, even if you love it, for over 20, 30 years, you know, eventually you're going to be like, all right.
Yeah, so getting bored of it, no, that's if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again.
How many times?
But I do have a curious mindset where I like doing different stuff. If you tell me to do color a lot, eventually I'll be like, hey, bro, I need a black and gray to come through this door at any moment.
Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's another thing we got from the seminar. It's like, after you get to a point where you plateauing, you gotta switch it up. Like, because all right, you only learn so much in this. Now you gotta, all right, now I gotta reinvent myself. So it's a lot of starting over too.
Yeah. You got to. You gotta find that thing.
Even before tattooing, if you ever look at my resume, nothing correlates to each other. Like, so I'm able to be adaptable.
Yeah, have some kind of passions outside of tattooing.
Like tattooing is way off.
I definitely, my goal is to get out, or at least not tattoo full time by the time I'm like, I mean, if I could do that around 40, that'd be great. But
not you gonna write a 45 how to retire at 40.
Hey man, I might, you know.
He said he's successful by 30.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
so, but yeah, but I always love tattooing. I always be around it. It's just more so the time taken away from, you know, your family and then just your body. Like, this shit is tough on our bodies, our neck and wrist and back. So yeah, I definitely want to have like different investments in my hands and different things. All right, so this next question, I think it's a good one. I'll say I'll probably take the lead on answering this one. You guys can chip in too, but it's like how to balance your personal life and business, being a father, partner, artist, owner, and friend. So
I feel like who gave you that question?
You know.
I like that sounds
so I mean, as for me personally, it's something I'm still figuring out for sure. I just became a father recently, a year ago, and I have a wife, of course, and then running the business, and then, you know, being friends with people and everything too. It can definitely be a struggle, like balancing everything. For me personally, what helps me the best is like I'm very consistent with my like schedule and my life. Like I'm a very OCD person. Like I do pretty much the same routine like every week, every day.
It ain't hard to find.
Yeah, so it's like I work like a specific set of days during the week. So I had to cut down my days from like 5 days to 4 days. And sometimes it's 3 days a week just so I can have, you know, more time with my family. And so you will have to kind of take a loss on the financial end, but you know, thankfully I'm at a point in my career where I can, you know, my pricing is a little bit higher, so I can kind of make more and doing less tattoos. But
and you change the quality of clients.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, right. So having the right
does help you in the business sense.
Having the right type of clientele, you know, you can still make good money and not have to be at the shop 24/7.
Friends and family go, I definitely say communication is number one.
Yeah.
And putting yourself around people that understand.
Exactly.
Like, I got this. This is where I'm trying to be. I just want you to understand. I'm not neglecting you or whatever, but this is what it is.
Yeah, you gotta have if you got a partner, you gotta have the partner that understands your lifestyle. Like, I definitely like.
This is a lifestyle career. This isn't just like for shits and giggles. This is like, hey,
and the
if
team
the tattoo's
with
not done by this time, I'm not getting home till after that.
Yeah, thankfully, you know, my wife, she understands like the grind. She's been with me since maybe before I had this shop. Before I was even good at tattooing, so she was there for the grind, going through the conventions. Yeah, right. When I was working 6 days a week, 7 days a week. But she never, you know, there was times, like she would miss me and stuff like that. But she understood, you know, and in the long run, it paid off, and it did, you know. So
yeah, but you were serious about it, though. I'll be honest. Some of these motherfuckers are convincing with their work.
Rappers, you can't.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm just trying to get this off the
dudes?
ground. You know, if I just actually got my ass up and did it, like, you were grinding, like, hard as fuck every single day, to the point where it's like, man, if she didn't support you, I don't know what to say about her. But she did. So, in general, you gotta have people who rock with you, who want to see you succeed. And if this is the way that you're going to succeed is by hustling and grinding and doing the work,
that's the only way to succeed.
Get somebody who understands that. Don't be with somebody who's like, well, I just wish that, you know, you could prioritize me more and give you a guilt trip when it's like, bitch, who do you think think I'm making this money for?
Right.
I'm trying to.
It's like, I want more time, but I want this vacation too.
You
gotta sacrifice one of them.
Yeah.
What you want?
I definitely think it's better to be single than to be with someone who doesn't understand, our career and our sacrifice that we got to make. Mm-hmm. So if you in a situation where they don't understand, then definitely like
drop them like a bag heavy.
Yeah, that's not worth it. And then definitely prioritize like time with your kids. Like I try to say when I'm not at the shop, I'm pretty much like a homebody. Like I don't really go out to do much other than like recording this podcast, right? Which I'm
but we're at the shop, yeah.
The most you ever hear Theo talk.
Yeah, right. So I try to be there. I don't try to do extra stuff because honestly, I'm pretty simple. I like just being at home or here. Yeah,
watch the game.
Yeah, watch the game, play video games, watch anime. So as long as I get to do that, and spend time with my family at the same time, then shoot, to me that's good enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just be consistent. Have a schedule, and stick to it.
Expectations for yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess for you to be a dad,
you got the Flash or Superman. You can't be everywhere at once.
Another aspect is just knowing the team that you're working with and how to make sure that.
We didn't talk about shop owner part. Yeah. So as far as the shop owner aspect, like I got a great team. Like honestly, you see.
Jay, you're a great boss, man.
Man, I'm still learning.
Compared to all the motherfuckers we were talking to at that seminar where they were like, man, I couldn't get my boss to let me have the time off, or
that's crazy.
They don't really care about me progressing. It's like, no, hell, you were like, no, you should go. Like all of us encouraging from the get-go.
Yeah, always,
And the most important thing is Theo didn't have to tell us to go to the seminar. We insisted ourselves.
Yeah, so have a good team. Like if you don't have a good team that you can't trust to like have your shop's best interest at heart when you're not there, then why do you have them on your team at all?
This team is only as good as the weakest person.
Yeah. Be selective.
Our strongest person, he got a security guard.
Yeah, don't take people in just don't take people in just because you want to make the money. Like I'd rather sacrifice on the money just so I could be picky and bring the right people in the long run.
Because it's going to make you more money in the future.
The money will be coming.
Yeah. I mean, you can have that short-term payoff where, hey, I'm going to get this money because, it's easy. Or I can put the time into finding somebody who's actually going to have the same values and foresight that I have in order to have a better shop. Because, hell, how do you think we got the best shop in Atlanta award? Because he consistently preaches
hold the kids hostage, man. But like,
it's
man,
not about
review,
the tattoo all the time. It's about the experience. You know?
You got 5 minutes left. You gonna leave that review?
But yeah. So
any other question?
Yeah, we got I got like 2 or 3 more. I don't know if you want to save it for next episode. All right. So we couldn't get to everybody's questions today, but we will answer them on the next episode. But hopefully you guys, you enjoy watching this episode. You learned a lot about seminars if you didn't already know. And, if you got any more questions, if something we didn't touch on, feel free to just hit us up and we'll be more than glad to help y'all answer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, DM and everything.
Yeah, but thanks again for watching. It's the 3rd episode. If you haven't already, go ahead, subscribe, like the video, and share.
Hit that like and subscribe button, people.
Right, and we'll see
y'all next time.
Thank you.
You say all that.